You know that feeling when you're on a modern metro? It's smooth, it's clean, it's perfectly on time. On the surface, a system like the Kochi Metro looks like a masterpiece of efficiency. But what if I told you that just behind the scenes, there's a constant struggle, a hidden problem that could bring the whole thing grinding to a halt?
So, let me ask you, what do you think is the single biggest threat? I mean, your mind probably goes to things like mechanical failures, right? Or signal problems, maybe something on the actual tracks. All good guesses. But the real answer? Well, it's probably not what you're thinking at all.
That's right, the biggest threat isn't a physical one, it's an invisible one: information overload. We're talking about a relentless, overwhelming flood of documents that buries critical information, slows down every single decision, and creates these massive hidden risks. Okay, so let's dive into this massive, invisible problem that was plaguing the Kochi Metro Rail Limited, or KMRL. We've got to give it a name, so let's call it the silent productivity tax. Seriously, think of it like an actual tax, but one that steals your time and your focus instead of your money. Every single minute an engineer or a manager spends hunting for one specific safety update in a mountain of emails, well, that's a minute they're not spending making sure the system actually runs safely. It's a very real cost that just drains resources and gums up the works. So what's feeding this beast? Well, it's not just one thing. It's a perfect storm. You've got thousands of documents coming in every day, and they're in every format imaginable, from official PDFs to scanned images to even WhatsApp messages. And to make it even harder, they're often mixing English and Malayalam in the same file. With information scattered all over the place and no quick way to get the gist, finding what you need is like looking for a needle in a haystack, a multilingual digital haystack. So, when you're faced with a problem this messy, what do? You don't just get a bigger filing cabinet, right? No, that won't help. You have to build a smarter doorway. The solution they came up with is this AI-powered gateway. And honestly, the way it works is just beautifully simple. Step 1, you just upload any document. Doesn't matter the format. Step 2, the AI does all the heavy lifting. It reads it, it understands the context, and it boils it all down to the absolute essentials. And then, step 3, and this is the magic part, it delivers those key insights right to the specific person who actually needs to know about it. And this right here, this shows you the real day-to-day impact. Let's talk about an engineer's morning. The old way? They start their shift basically playing detective, digging through a mountain of digital paper, just hoping they don't miss one critical safety note. The new way? Boom, a 3-bullet-point summary of what's critical for their role, waiting for them on their dashboard. That's the difference between chaos and total clarity. Now, a change like this isn't just about making one engineer's life easier. This kind of thing sends out ripples, you know? It affects the entire system. So let's break down who really wins here. Look, when you fix a problem this fundamental, pretty much everyone wins. Of course, the employees feel it the most. They get their time and their sanity back. They can actually focus on their jobs. But the organization itself, KMRL, becomes way more efficient and less risky. And you know who else benefits? We do, the public, because all this leads to a safer, more reliable transit system for everyone. And this isn't just some fuzzy feel-good thing. We can actually put a number on it. We're talking thousands of man-hours saved every single year. I mean, just think about that. That's not just money saved on the bottom line. That's thousands of hours of human brain power and energy that can now be put back into making the metro even better. Okay, I know what some of you are probably thinking right now. Hold on, don't we have Google Drive for this? What about SharePoint? And you know what? That's a totally fair question. But the thing is, those tools, they only solve a tiny piece of the puzzle. So let's really get into why this is such a game changer. Your SharePoint or your Google Drive, they're basically digital filing cabinets. Great for storage and sharing, but that's about it. What about those general AI summarizer tools? Sure, they can make a long document shorter, but they have zero context. This KMRL gateway, though, is built for one thing and one thing only: actionable intelligence. It's custom-tuned to handle that tricky English-Malayalam mix. And, this is the absolute key, it's role-specific. It knows what a track engineer needs to see is completely different from what someone in HR needs. And really, it all comes down to this one simple, powerful idea. The goal is to give people trustworthy snapshots of the documents that matter to them. See, it's not about just shortening things for the sake of it. It's about delivering pure,
unadulterated relevance. And this is where things get really, really exciting, because what's so powerful here is that the Kochi Metro, they're just the beginning. This isn't just a fix for one transit system. It's a blueprint for something way, way bigger. Just stop and think about it for a second. Who else is drowning in this exact same sea of information? National railways? Absolutely. Airports? You bet. Hospitals? Oh, for sure. Big corporations, government agencies, the list goes on and on. Every single one of them is paying this exact same silent productivity tax. This isn't just a niche solution, it's a blueprint for efficiency that could be used almost anywhere. So that brings us to the big takeaway here. We've just seen how AI can slice through this incredible web of complexity for a major transit system. And it really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? What's this silent tax that's hiding in your world? What's that invisible burden of information that's slowing you or your team down right now, hiding in plain sight?